Listen up, dog world. This is Christoph Clugston, the Canine King, dropping the hammer on what's real and what's fake. 52 years deep in this game, I've seen legends and pretenders fall. Today, and I mean today, I honor the dead masters who crushed reality like no one alive can touch. No living names here, and this keeps the idiots from chasing shadows. Purity, proof, undeniable dominance. Hear that again. I'm going to be talking about purity, proof, undeniable dominance. First, let's go down a list here. Lee Duncan, born in 1893. This soldier rescued a newborn German Shepherd puppy that he named after the two French dolls that were very common during World War I, Rin Tin Tin. Hear that name again. Rin Tin Tin. From a bombed out kennel on a World War I battlefield in France, 1918. Nicknamed him also called Rinty. Duncan turned him into an international star. You have no idea nowadays, no idea how huge Rin Tin Tin was and how much money he generated. In fact, he was known to save the Warner Brothers film studio. 27 silent films from Rin Tin Tin 1 of pure heroic. He did things that you can't do now because of safety concerns. He leaped over chasms. He had fierce fights. He had life-saving dashes that no one's matched in 100 years. He did things like jump from a moving train into Duncan's arms. He did things like climb up a roof through a chimney and down a chimney. He did things like falling down into the water and swimming long before Lassie did it. He also worked at over a quarter-mile distance from Duncan in the era of no CGI, no 25 cameras. It was dangerous. He worked in and out of horses galloping. And this was one dog. Duncan focused on one dog. He didn't have stunt doubles. He didn't have 5 or 6 dogs that would handle other parts. He did everything. Everything. And the eternal reality dominance of this one dog set the bar that the sport clowns of today still can't reach. They didn't even know about Duncan's methods. Too busy talking and complaining about other things. So let's move on. Another master. Rudd Weatherwax, born in 1907. This is the Lassie founder. He took a collie named Pal, who was a male, by the way, and forged him into the generational icon across movies and TV. He did more filming than I think anyone has ever done when you include the movies and the TV series that he did. Rudd was smart. He made a lot of smart moves, and he was an insanely great trainer. There was no sport crutches here, no fake arenas. Pure control in raw stories of loyalty and adventure. Lassie was an all-rounder. Pal, the original. And then later on, we can get to Hey Hey, one of the other great dogs that played Lassie. These dogs could do it all. All. Something that Larry Krohn and his cronies and his Crohn disease can't begin to accomplish. Something that Ivan Balabanov can't do. None of them. None of them. You want to try to run down Rudd Weatherwax? Where's your 30 years or more of TV work? Oh, you don't have it, do you? And let's not forget his brother Frank Weatherwax, another incredible trainer, and also Jack. The entire family was insanely great trainers. We can talk about Old Yeller. We can talk about Toto and the Wizard of Oz, all trained by Weatherwaxes. Some of them owned by other people, but they were trained by the Weatherwaxes. And then, if we drop down to his son, known as Bob Weatherwax, he just died in 2024 at the age of 83, born in 1941. He carried the torch. He worked on Lassie on TV. He worked on other TV series. He worked on Simon and Simon. He worked on Run Joe Run, second season. And you can look it up. He did a lot of work. He was a good trainer. I'm talking about their training ability here. And he proved the legacy through action. Not ribbons. No, not chasing ribbons. Not doing the Nino Darwood 45-second clips. No, working long hours on TV sets, movie sets, proving that the dog can do something. And just a word here, his dog that he thought was his best was OJ. Dog featured in Back to the Future. Also a dog that did a sled dog movie because he just was that damn good. Then we go to one of my mentors, Karl Lewis Miller. Hear that name again, Karl Lewis Miller. If you know anything about dog training, you know that he was the pinnacle of action dog trainers. And that's why I was influenced. 1941 to 2008. He was an operant wizard who trained thousands of animals. He didn't just train dogs, he trained pigs like in Babe and other things. He worked in Stand By Me, The Nutty Professor, Cujo. He did things with St. Bernards no one thought could happen, and Beethoven, that long series of Beethoven. He was also, again, the main animal trainer for the Babe franchise. He turned everyday animals into stars, under lights, crowds, hellish conditions. No excuses. He was also the first-year trainer for Magnum PI. He did, I can tell you so much about Karl. He was insanely gifted. Nothing that Larry Krohn and his cronies could pull off. None of them. None of these scam bot jerk-offs on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram can equal any of these people I am talking about. And let's talk about Frank Inn. Born Elias Franklin Freeman in 1916, lived in 2002. If you don't know this name, you don't know dog training, you don't know history, you don't know jack shit. He was Benji's mastermind. He trained hundreds of animals. He was on the Beverly Hillbillies. He was on Petticoat Junction. He was on Green Acres. He trained Arnold the Pig on Green Acres. His cat, he was known as one of the greatest cat trainers to Orangey, dominated Breakfast at Tiffany's. He won 40 Patsy Awards. If you don't know what those are the animal Oscars. They don't exist anymore. But that shows how incredible he was. Frank Inn was an understudy to the Weatherwaxes for a while, and Frank Inn was a mentor to Karl Miller and other people. Frank Inn helped a lot of great trainers become great. And I can mention names and names and names, but I'm talking now about the top of the heap, the Olympus, the Greek gods, as it were. And this is something I got to tell you. There are also unknown tactical trainers because you don't know who they are. Some insanely gifted. They were unknown, hiding in the tactical shadows because you're not in that field. Neither are you, Larry Krohn. Neither are any of you. Nameless forgers of war dogs in military hell. Lives saved starting in World War I, through the jungles, through the streets, through the urban settings. There's no damn ribbons. There's no, I'm doing a fake pseudo sport obedience dog, bunch of garbage for your pet dog. Just reality. Reality over hype. And then, you know who's alive? Me. I am alive, the living heir, carrying their dead legacies. And I've got 11 dogs sharing my life. Wait, what was that? 11 dogs. They're not kenneled, stuck away a quarter mile from me like a hunting dog person or a breeder. No, these dogs live with me. You can see videos of them sleeping with me. You can see me doing things with them. And something that none of these people are doing, oh, I don't allow the dog to do this, because you don't have the trust and bond that I have. And that's why I am the undefeated, undisputed, unbeatable, unknown to you people, Canine King. I won the $50,000 Everest Challenge, and no one dared step up. That's right. Michael Ellis, no. Didn't do it. Ivan Balabanov, no, didn't do it. Larry Krohn, no, didn't do it. Nino, no, didn't do it. Garrett Wing, no, didn't do it. Susan Garrett, no, didn't do it. Kiko Pup, no, didn't do it. Because they do not have the global raw dog training ability, or 52 years, or conquering a bunch of niches that they can't do. They're stuck in their own little myopic little world. Little people cannot compete with the king. I have surgical dominance on impossible breeds, and I've done it on 3 continents: Arctic ice, Asian jungles, Central American jungles, United States grit, meaning inner cities, all of this. Now, contrast this with today's lesser sport queens and pseudo sport pet dog trainers. You know who they are. I've already mentioned them. And a lot of them want to cherry pick dogs, yank them out and use them as their, oh, look at what I can do. None of them have a 110-pound monster tailless autistic American bulldog that's trained to switch limp. None of them can do it. Not a damn one of them can do that. Larry Krohn said it's no big deal doing a quarter mile sit, stay, recall. I show it. I have it. He never did it. A faker, a liar. And they cannot match what Lee Duncan did over 100 years ago. Hey, they're exposed, and now they're buried. So let's put this right here, right now. The standards by these incredible masters are unbreakable. And if you're here for fluff, disappear. If you're here for elite reactions to what's happening, if you want to see what is possible, this is like surgery. I show you what is possible. I show you what can be done. I'm not giving out tutorials. That's for the people who value what the Canine King has to offer. So level up, subscribe, study, witness. And guess what? No comments from non-subscribers. I'm done. I'm done not listening to any of you people on the media teams from Balabanov or the sycophants from Krohn or other people. I do not care. Or Zach George, I didn't even mention that loser. This is the Canine King, and the torch burns on.